All right, hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am comedian Nathan Timmel. I live in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. Ultra has joined us. Hello, Ultra. Hello, Richard. Hello, Solar. Hello, Adam L. Hey, what's up? All right, Jake, I want to tell the viewers and the kind people jumping in on the YouTube who watched all my updates. I kept telling, like, we might go Friday, we might go Saturday. It could be pushed. Here is my weekend, everyone. Pay attention because this could get confusing. On Monday, I had 3 upcoming gigs, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 different locations, a casino in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan by the Canadian border, a second room, a hotel ballroom on the Wisconsin-Michigan border, and then a casino on Sunday, 1 hour back into Michigan. So that's what I had on Monday. On Wednesday, my Saturday night gig canceled. Broken water main, venue shut down. Shit. I'm not only out money, but I'm out of free hotel room. What am I going to do? Fuck it. I have to pay for a hotel room to get.
It feels like you're a serial killer trying to create a false alibi right now. But go on, continue. You weren't anywhere near the hitchhikers. Go on.
It could be. There were no hitchhikers. It was 10 below zero and snowy. All right. So Wednesday, I get an email. Hey, Nathan, do you want to open up for a famous comedian at a theater in Chicago on Saturday? I'm like, yes, I do. My Saturday gig fell off. Now, I'm going to have to drive 8 hours from the tippy top of Michigan all the way down to Chicago and then back up Wisconsin through Michigan. But it's money. It's a hotel room. I'm taking it. Saturday morning, I wake up bright and early. I am driving to my gig. I get a phone call. Hey, the comedian had a heart attack yesterday. The gig's canceled. So I can't get work on Saturday night. The world was conspiring against me. Yeah, it was just a mild heart attack, but enough to cancel it. You would have read about it had it been a death.
It's the fact that you're not saying the name and he had a heart attack. I'm like, oh, dude, he's either not that famous or
I'm just really
a heart attack.
Not my place to. It's not my place to spread anything because it's not in the news. But here's my favorite part of the story. So I lose the gig. I end up in Green Bay. I have points for a hotel. But my favorite part is the booker said, we're thinking about having you headline the show. We'll just tell people, hey, headliner's sick. You can get a full refund. You can watch this comedian for free. When the famous comedian comes back, and then they looked at all the advanced sales they had and went, well, here's the thing. We were bringing in an ethnic comedian, and all the pre-sale last names are ethnic, and it would probably be a pretty bad bait and switch to go, all right, you were expecting someone you could relate to. Here's a white guy. So they just canceled the show and said, instead of putting you up in front of a crowd that may or may not relate to you.
Fuck that. I would have told the booker, like, listen, I will code switch like a motherfucker. I will go full Chet Hanks. I'll go out there with a do-rag like, yo, what up, motherfuckers? My name is Nathan motherfucking Tibble. How y'all been? Like, just go crazy.
And I would have. They made the decision. They talked it over. They said, maybe you're going to headline. And 10 minutes later, it was like, but here's the nice thing. Here is the nice thing. They said, if I did want to keep driving to Chicago, they would honor the hotel room. But I'm like, well, I'm not going to drive down to Chicago for a hotel room, then to drive all the way back through Wisconsin. So I just stopped in Green Bay, and then I had a 90-minute
I'm going to drive through a blizzard twice just to sleep for free.
Exactly.
I did the math on that, and I'm going to stay home. And do I at least get a free Chicago deep dish out of the deal? What are we talking about?
Okay, see, if I had dinner. Well, actually, they were going to give me dinner. It was like, hey, you can go to this place for dinner. I'm like, I don't really eat before a show, but But either way, that is how. So then I end up in my hotel on Saturday to everyone, and I text Jake. I'm like, hey, I've got the whole day free. We could try to do this. Jake's like, I'm not sure if I can. And then I tried to load a 30-second video to YouTube, and it took 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, we do not have the Wi-Fi to go live. If it takes 30 minutes to load a 30-second video onto YouTube, we do not have the broadcasting bandwidth. So that is why we are live Monday. I hope you all enjoyed that story. Thank you for your time. And that's the podcast, everyone. Good night.
When people who watch this in post, just know it would have been the exact same podcast because luckily it was a pretty slow weekend news.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nothing happened. Quick response. Adam L., are you doing any shows in New England soon? I wish. Jake, what about you? You're in New York. Do you go up the coast?
No. In fact, give me places I should do in New England, man. DM me at Jake Vevra on Instagram or any social.
All right.
Let me know. I'll hit the club up. I'll send him my special. I'll try to come see you soon.
Lead hit snuck in. I already said hi to Ultra. He says racism is real. Yes. I feel discriminated against as a white male. So, guys, a heart attack.
I bet
all that driving and all that snow. Good to see no sliding into ditches. I've been in a ditch once in my entire life. So that means I have a handful of more years to go before going to a ditch again. All right. So, Jake, do we want to talk about this again? It happened again. I mean, God damn it. And of course, here's
that I got a little bit balder this week than I was last week because I notice it with these goddamn cameras every week. Also, for the people watching on TikTok, I'm over here on StreamYard, which is going out to YouTube and stuff. I look a solid 10 years older on StreamYard than I do.
It's the lighting.
TikTok.
Your phone camera is better than your computer camera.
Dude, it's nuts.
Actually, mine is too.
Fucking mild, dude.
Mine is bright. Yeah. This is muted. I don't look bad, but
TikTok does also. They do automatic filters. It's nighttime, so I've had a few in me. Anyway, I look way older here, and a lot of you on TikTok are thinking, "Well, you don't look like a spring chicken now." Well, you should jump on YouTube and see what I really look like. It's fucking brutal. It's fucking brutal.
It wasn't fluffy.
No.
It was not Gabriel. He brings his opener. He's so big. He brings his friends. This was
in his pocket.
This was mid-range famous. Enough to command. I'll say this. I won't.
When you say mid-range famous, hang on. Let me do a little translation for the non-comics watching this. That means only comics have heard of this fucking guy.
Except he could do a theater and command. I heard how much he was getting for the weekend, and I was going to say it, and then I'm like, you know what? That's none of my business. But it's more than I get for a month.
There we go. There we go.
All right. My favorite thing about this weekend is everybody's pointed it out. I am not the first person to do this. You have to love hypocrisy. When Kyle Rittenhouse wanders into a riot and shoots someone dead, he's a hero. When a nurse, was he a VA nurse? Did he work at the VA? When he carries a camera that people think are gun to, I said gum. when he's bringing Wrigley's chewing spearmint gum to, then he shouldn't have brought a gun to a protest. The hypocrisy, the second right amendment people are now saying he shouldn't have had a gun. You've gotta love just the absolute 180. Whatever supports dear leader and his position, you love it. By the way, I love the fact that we're doing this at night, and anytime I've moved my hand, I'm usually in front of a nice big window with daylight coming in. I have lights on, so now I have shadows everywhere. This new nighttime podcasting is throwing us off.
It is funny now that you pointed out. I keep seeing it.
Yeah. Every time. So I've got to do small gestures. I can't do big Jewish gestures like, let me tell you about. Was that anti-Semitic? Was saying that Jewish people use their hands when they speak anti-Semitic?
Only if you touch your hands together. That was only anti-Semitic curious. I think that's allowed on this podcast. We'll allow.
All right.
Yes.
All right, you want to talk about Alex? Say his name. Is that his name, Alex? I mean, or do we? It's just the same thing as before. I mean, we're
Pretti, yeah,
Pretti, yeah,
yeah.
Wait. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. Please, God, tell me you didn't know him as well too, because just the chances that you knew her was Renee.
I didn't know her. I knew her wife growing up.
Oh, the wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Still, kissing cousins.
Right. Yeah. And that said, I was a bit more negative and a bit more drunk last time this happened. You know what I mean? And, hopefully I'll be even less drunk next time I slay someone in Minnesota for no goddamn reason. You know what I mean? Like, I get a little more sober every time ICE murders someone for no reason in Minnesota. So I think that is a positive omen. And, and this one is actually at night. So the fact that I'm less drunk at night than I was at 10 in the morning, I think that's a good sign. Anyway, I would like to take this time. I was a bit more negative last time. I think I wished.
Oh, we did get a comment like, "Wow, Jake let his left liberal freak flag fly." Someone really.
I believe. No, I don't remember my exact words. I did wish that the streets ran red with the blood of everybody that voted for this and everybody that supported what they're doing in Minnesota. I'm not saying that I don't still wish that. Okay, what I am saying is that I feel positive that this time around, only the dumbest of the dumb people on my personal social media feeds are going with the narrative that this guy was some kind of domestic terrorist or something. You know what I mean?
People I went to high school with are your friends on Facebook, because that's who's doing it on mine. As you said, is the absolute dumbest, most brainwashed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's less of them this time, and I will say the same thing about Fox News, and that was not true the day it happened. That's why I'm kind of glad we did this today as opposed to Saturday, like we normally do them, because Saturday they tried to do the same thing they did with Renee Good. They go, "Oh, he was trying to gun them all down. He's a domestic terrorist," even though it's like, yeah, but we saw the video. Yeah, no, but listen to us, Fox and Kristi Noem and all these fuckers. And it's like, yeah, but there's a video. This isn't like our opinion. We see the thing happening, They tried that. It didn't work. They were getting pushback from their own side. And when I found out there was a gun involved, like the dude had a gun, I'm like, fuck. That's, of course, how they're going to justify it.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, that went so far. If anything, it hurt them even more because of their own hypocrisy with that Second Amendment shit, right? Because the dude had a license to carry it. He clearly did not even attempt to pull that at all. And there's so many different angles of the video is happening, showing that happening. He was trying to help a woman that was getting tear gassed. Literally, his last words were, "Are you okay?" He then got beat up by a bunch of Nazis. Sorry, that caused Charlie Kirk to get shot. I mean, ICE. And so, the guys we hired and we pay for with our tax fund, those guys, not Nazis. The guys our government hires to run around with masks and total anonymity, gunning us down with no consequences. Sorry, didn't mean to call them Nazis. I just meant ICE. So they gunned the guy. They tear gas him. They knock him down. They fucking pistol whip him. They pull the gun out of his waistband and then they execute him. Right.
Yep.
So by condemning that, the right would have a better time pushing that narrative of this guy's a domestic terrorist if he didn't have the gun. Honestly, just because of their own like Second Amendment fetish. To where you can't take my gun. You're a Second Amendment right. And they go, oh, you can't bring a gun to a protest. Like, do all your protests, you're carrying AR-15s in front of you. This thing was fucking concealed. And he didn't even try to touch the goddamn thing, right?
Well, it wasn't concealed. It was holstered. He had it.
It was holstered in his waist. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was, and he had a coat covering it.
Oh, okay. He did have the coat covering it.
Out because he was bent over and getting pistol whipped. And 6 guys were beating on him. So, yeah, you might see the thing poking out the back, right? So somebody on TikTok says not ICE, Border Patrol. Sorry, different group of fascists. My bad.
I'm glad you saw that. I don't see comments there.
Yeah. No, it's you're getting different comments on your TikTok right now than I am. It's but anyway. So that happens, right? And initially the NRA was like with the official narrative coming out of the White House, like, well, but you shouldn't pull the gun on ICE or and it's like, yeah, but there's videos of that not happening, right? And then you have all these fuckers from the federal government who are what do all the don't tread on me fuckers always the federal government's gonna take my guns, and now the federal government's going, well, you shouldn't carry a gun if you don't want to die by our hand. Like that. Hey, your donors in the NRA don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? The NRA getting behind this is kind of like PETA endorsing Kristi Noem. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It's just, I don't care if they line up. And I know that conservatives are total hypocrites. You know, we're Christians that believe in family values. That's why we elected a man on his third trophy wife who's on the Epstein list. Like, I know that they're hypocrites with most shit, but if you're specifically the gun rights people, you can't fucking let this one slide. You can't, and they didn't. And that's why I'm kind of proud of conservatives today. I really am. You know what I mean? Like, good. They've proved that they love guns more than they love Trump. And I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take it. It's a weird thing to, you know what I mean? Like, I would have thought shooting a soccer mom in the face for no reason, just for driving the fucking way.
Lesbian soccer mom. Lesbian, that
all right, fair enough.
In their eyes devalues.
They were doing the work of the Old Testament of the Yahweh or whatever.
Yes, using bullets instead of stones.
Okay, so Fred Phelps might have been behind it, you know, but I would have thought most of them would kind of have a problem with that. Many of them did, to be fair. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that this is the second one, too.
Yeah, and so fast, not like every 6 months. We're talking fucking one a week, which it's, Yeah. I mean, it was 2 weeks. How dare you? Don't. It all just blends together. Okay, 2 weeks, but.
Right. But either way, take your point. This is the second one, and then there's also like the thing of like this flies in the face of all of their pro-gun stuff, and this is I think the main takeaway from especially this one, but both of them really. Film everything, record it all. Because they tried to push the same thing they did with Renee, which only kind of worked. It only worked with,
really stupid people.
The hardcore base. Yeah. This one worked with even less of the base, right? Day one, when this happened, they were trying to push the same thing. Oh, this man was a domestic terrorist. Oh, he went there to go shoot ICE or Border Patrol, whoever, right? He went to go shoot federal troops. And then you listen to him the next day, completely 180. They're like, we're going to do an investigation. I have no comments. What comes out? We're going to figure out what happened.
Well, we'll see, because their investigations aren't very thorough.
I don't have a lot of faith in it. What I'm saying is the messaging being pushed within a 12-hour period. It was like a head coach going into halftime going, we just got lit up by 21 points and answered with a goose egg. Maybe we try to do a different type of offense. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what the fuck happened.
So it's the opposite of the Packers, where they always jump out to a big lead and then they go in at halftime and LaFleur says, all right, let's not play second half, and they lose. Let's jump to the comments quick. Adam says he thought it was the guineas who talked with their hands, and Ultra stuck up for him. He said, no, Jews do it too. Yeah, it's everybody. Yeah, they're both the WAPs and the Jews are expressive people, even though
not just Jewish people and Italians, also alcoholics.
Well, that's the shakes. No, I've been drinking. It's easier to turn a blind eye, and a deaf ear it is. The only thing, this one is the one. Leadhit said the only thing stopping it from really popping off is the cold weather. They've been getting great crowds in freezing cold. Yeah. If this was summer, I bet shit would have hit the fan. There would have been some burning and some
That is a good point, but they've had big enough crowds that it's like I think they realize Trump was trying to bait them into using the Insurrection Act. Yeah, but they weren't being violent, and this even more so, man. He wanted to turn this into, look at this violent insurrectionist trying to shoot the ICE people, but I mean, he just couldn't do it. There's too many videos.
He'll still try and push it. His Truth Social said Trump said. Yeah, he said you shouldn't bring a gun to a protest, even though that was what we just talked about. He's still trying to push that narrative, even if Fox isn't.
He's trying to push it, but here's why it's not working. And one reason, because
video. Yep.
You got to keep videoing and make it to where your videos automatically sync to the crowd. Because these ICE
or go live. Go live.
Yeah, go live or have it sync to the cloud, because they've been confiscating phones.
They've been taking phones.
The dude they shot, Alex Pretti, man, no footage from his phone. Wonder what ICE did with it. Wonder why it's not on the web, huh? Is it because they destroyed it and they're doing everything to keep that footage from coming out? But there's enough footage because people were filming.
You know what this reminds me of? You said this. A lot of people said it, but I talked to you. But with George Floyd, the fish is this big exaggeration factor. If you had just told me like, oh, this cop was on this guy's neck for 9 minutes,
absolutely,
you'd be like, oh, 9 minutes, come on.
Absolutely.
But there's fucking video of him with his knee on the neck for all. Yeah, and that's
I'll go back
video.
I remember as a child hearing my dad, who was like a conservative, Republican for the most part, you know what I mean? And like my grandpa was a cop in Iowa City in the 60s and shit, And I remember when the Rodney King thing happened when I was a kid. I remember my dad saying to me, I'm a pro cop guy, but like those cops belong in fucking jail. Even if that guy was driving under the influence of stuff, which I mean, he was. Yeah. Even if he was fighting the cops at one point, which, he probably was. There's like 4 or 5
when you get him down, he's down,
and they're beating on him with weapons, and the guy's going like that, and you're still beating on him with weapons. Those cops belong in jail. My grandfather, who was a cop in the 60s, who had fond memories about beating up hippies during Vietnam protest riots. He loved it. He reminisced about clubbing them in the fucking head. He'd go, but for one thing, I didn't just keep going. You know what I mean? I'd give him one to remember me, and then I'd move on to the next. I wasn't a fucking animal, That dude was like, he was driving under the influence. Shit, when I was a cop in the 60s, if a dude was cool enough, I used to make him pull his car over to the side. I would drive him home. And then after my shift, I'd drive him back to my car. Now that's the other extreme. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that. I mean, there should maybe be a ticket, a $50 ticket for driving drunk as fuck. That's just from a guy who's driven drunk as fuck. I like people that err on that side. But that said, now both of these guys, if they were wildly against the Rodney King beating, you know what I mean? They were like, those cops the verdict was wrong. Those cops should be in jail. That's coming from a cop who had fond memories from beating hippies in the 60s.
Okay, but who doesn't want to clock a good hippie with a baton? I mean,
I don't, but if it's a right, it's your job. You're salaried for a reason. But either way, my point being, why did my dad and my grandpa side against the cops who they love so much and on the side of a guy who was high on PCP driving down the road resisting arrest?
Because they had eyeballs.
Dude, he fucking taped it.
Yeah.
So my message to everybody out there, tape all of these ICE fuckers. Tape it all. Don't be violent. In fact, you know what? Don't bring a gun. I will say it right now. The cops who did this, the ICE guys, Border Patrol, they should be hunted down. They should be prosecuted. If the federal government ignores it, like I know they're gonna, next time there's a Democrat in charge of the DOJ, we should have a Nuremberg moment where we figure out who these fuckers are. If not, we track them down vigilante style. And I'm not saying that unaliving ICE officers who do evil things means you shouldn't go to jail. What I'm saying is I will put money in your prison commissary. Okay? Your first cup of ramen is on Uncle Jake, baby. That's what I'm saying.
I'll go one bigger.
Film everything. But no, I was doing my preemptive. Don't carry a gun to these fucking protests. Come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? What do you do? I know it's your right. I know it. Yeah, I believe it's hypocritical and all that. But the flipping on the Second Amendment that both sides have done in the past.
Oh yeah, Democrats are all. I haven't seen Democrats being like so pro-gun.
In my Second Amendment right as a vegan with purple hair, I should get to carry a gun fucking everywhere, bitch. Woo! Like
I've seen the left calling out the hypocrisy, but not calling for more guns.
I will say it right now. It is your legal right to carry a gun if you have a permit to an ICE protest. It is also your legal right to pull your dick out and whap an alligator on its head in the bayou. I don't recommend you do either one of those things. Okay, I will feel bad for you.
I won't. I will. I want Jackass 5, the next movie, with someone whapping a dick on an alligator's head. I want the next Jackass movie.
Man. I hope that Steve-O keeps his penis attached. However, I recommend Steve-O.
Are you seeing Rim Job here?
Rim Job?
What? Rimmer, RIMIR, Rimmer for the American citizens need not need to not interfere while professionals are doing their job, regardless of their profession.
These aren't sounded better in the original German, didn't it?
See, here's the thing.
Nine.
Here's the thing. These are not professionals. We talked about this last week. They are taking anybody. They're not getting any training. I've watched people. There was an FBI agent who said he did gun training for 20 years, and he said what happened with Renee was absolutely 1,000% outside the realm of anybody with training with a firearm. So it's not interfering with professionals. It's interfering with people that have been given guns and a badge.
Because the irony of it is, if I let's say I'm a defense lawyer, right, and I can take either one of these two ice slangs for the same price, but I gotta win, right? Mm-hmm. And by win, I mean not get a crazy murder sentence, right? I'm talking low-level manslaughter or like something, right?
Plea bargain, plea deal.
Yeah. But a nice little plea bargain, little county jail, community service, some shit, right? I would pick the second one. You know what I mean? Because I get why the confusion happened. When I watched that video, I saw dudes that were undertrained for that situation. By that I mean it was chaotic. They seemed to instigate and cause a lot of it. They definitely didn't de-escalate it. And then the lack of communication once they were all on the dude. Now, what I think happened, and this is just me off of watching the thing, I think once they took the gun from the guy, probably there's a good chance the dude that took the gun said something along the lines of, I got the gun. Now, when I was in the Army, there was just certain words that you wouldn't use. Specific search.
You hear the word gun. Well, someone in the comment earlier said the guy that took the gun also fired the first shot, bang, got the. I mean, said that the guy that I don't know, but
if that's true, that's fucking nutty. I don't think that's what happened. If it is, that's crazy. That's even crazier.
Hold on, let's see if I can find it.
Well, for example, right? You wouldn't say repeat on the radio, because channels get crossed and stuff. If you can't hear somebody, which you can't a lot of times, you say again. It's because if you're calling for fire, repeat means fire another mortar round or artillery round, whatever, in the exact same spot, right? And so that happens. If you're throwing a grenade, you yell frag out and not grenade, because grenade means someone just threw a grenade
incoming. Yeah.
So just jump the fuck down, find whatever you can to find cover. So you never yell grenade unless someone's throwing a grenade. You yell frag out, right? Shit like that. If we were searching a combatant, you know what I mean? Whoever was watching and witnessing the pat down, or who was doing the pat down, or literally anybody, if they yelled bomb, and I think this is a little more unit specific, you would literally push the guy on top of whatever the fuck he has that looks like a bomb, shoot him in the fucking head, and you all run away, right? Because that means he's got something that might blow up.
Yeah, something.
Right? So you don't say anything. You don't say man, that raid was the bomb. You know what I mean? While you're searching the guy, otherwise you're going to get him shot in the head. That's crazy, right? So my point being, there's a real good chance that guy announced that he had taken the gun, they heard gun, and lit him the fuck up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what the fuck happened. If I had based off what the hell I saw, I think that's what happened. I think it was undertrained dudes who created a situation of mass confusion, and they fucking did their job poorly.
I think Turtle has a comment for you. I'm not sure I've been animated as you have.
Jeez, ease up on the cocaine, dude. I don't have any cocaine. My dude's guy keeps getting blown up in the Pacific because of the fascists that you elected. Bring back cocaine.
Let's see. Yep, submit as if you're live. It reminds me of the Old West. Yeah, I mean, everyone glamorizes the Old West, but it was all right, let's settle things with guns. Well, all right, let's do some other stories. Hopefully some less depressing stories than the end of democracy.
No, I started that with trying to be positive. It's not.
No, you did. You were very positive.
But then you know what I mean. Something. I'm a little worked up, a little emotional.
Yeah. I'm not going to pick that one. That one's stupid. This one. All right, here we go. Headline: It's nuts. This 4-year-old is getting death threats over NFL predictions. Reese Donatelli has been a football prognosticator since before she could talk, selecting the NFL team she thinks will win on her dad's social media, often with unexpected accuracy. But when the 4-year-old's predictions weren't panning out the first week of playoff games this month, the situation took a nasty turn. Followers began to think the team she picked as winners were actually cursed to be losers. Renee's family started getting death threats. Her dad, Anthony Donatelli, received messages from people saying they were owed thousands of dollars because her predictions are wrong. Holy fuck, you degenerate gambling fucks. If you are turning to a 4-year-old picking pretty helmets or pointing at a team before she could talk and losing money, I'm going to do the stupid thing people do online. You deserve to lose your money. You fucking assholes. Your dad was a degenerate gambler, and he was on the side of Rodney King, and I bet he would be on this little girl's side, that as a degenerate gambler, he would not be angry at a 4-year-old girl for picking the wrong football team and losing thousands of dollars.
I'm sort of surprised that's your take. I'm a little bit on the side of the death threats. Hear me out. Hear me out here. I don't think here's the thing though. If you're really betting that much money on parlays and stuff, and I've been getting into the parlays a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not like my dad did with casinos and stuff, but just if I'm already watching a game anyway, might as well just fucking throw $10 on it. I'm going to run up a bar tab of damn near 100 anyway. You know what I mean? So like, I might as well, here's an extra $10. And if this guy gets this points and this guy gets that points, you know what I mean? It'll pay for my bar tab. Like,
but should you be turning to a 4-year-old? Couldn't you at least watch the octopus that picks helmets, or the cat that runs down the stairs? Why are you picking on a 4-year-old girl? God damn it. There are plenty of bad ways to pick teams.
I guess on the side of the death threats was a little bit like, that was just me being a little bit silly.
Oh, it got me. I was laughing when you went that direction. That got me.
Here's the thing. I don't think a single one of these death threats are serious. I think what they are hilarious trolls. Did you read the comments?
I read headlines.
I bet $10 million on your daughter's pick, and now I am in financial ruin. I will kill you. Like, come on, that's a dude.
That was people joking. They tried to keep it lighthearted. Yeah, some people tried to take it in a different direction.
I think, but if they're cherry picking for this article, I think they're going with the most serious ones. And the most serious one was, I bet $10 million on 4-year-old NFL picks, and now I'm broke. Like,
the only thing that would have made that better, is they said Houston. The only thing that would have made it better if they said the Houston Oilers. If they just gone with a team that doesn't exist anymore. When is the Super Bowl? When did the Super Bowl happen? In February? It used to be January. What happened? They added an extra week of games. There are now 17 weeks. And they stagger toward the end. The Super Bowl, I don't know the date, but since the playoffs were this weekend, now they get a week off, and the Super Bowl should be the following Sunday, not the one coming up. They always get 1 week off. It won't be that. Yeah. God, this really lit up here. Did somebody say cocaine, and then somebody else cocaine, where you mentioned cocaine and everybody's interested.
God damn it. I wish I had cocaine right now. Anyway,
where's there? Let's get that off. I want to get that off. All right. Misleading headline. Here we go. LeAnn Rimes undergoes $10,000 treatment to clear, quote, microtoxins after her teeth fell out on stage.
Well, thank God she doesn't have macrotoxins. Can you imagine how much that would have cost?
Well, LeAnn Rimes underwent a $10,000 plasma exchange that she says will help clear microtoxins after revealing again that her teeth fell out mid-performance. I demand so much from my body. The country.
Hang on, before you continue. Spending money on this is worse than spending that $10,000 on a 4-year-old NFL picks. Let me just continue.
Well, she says, I demand so much from my body that I want to say this with care. I'm very aware of access to the treatment, but either way, I demand so much from my body. It's incredibly important to me to take the best care of it I possibly can. So I need a plasma treatment because my teeth fell out. You scroll all the way bottom, like all the way down. she felt something pop in her mouth. I have a bridge in the front, and it fell out during the middle of my song. So it was fake teeth. It was a bridge. It wasn't like she was dropping teeth. It was a cosmetic, and the adhesive loosened and fell out. So headline: her teeth fall out. Yeah, fake teeth, but again, like you said, I'm not sure how a plasma exchange is supposed to work on the Elmer's glue that's holding your teeth in. I don't get it.
Watch the fucking video on there.
No.
Okay, here's the thing. Not only is the teeth falling out thing fake, I think her paying the $10,000 thing is fake.
You think it's a commercial?
I think it's a massive commercial. Yeah. I watched dude, she's got an Instagram video where she's like,
yeah, she's smiling and holding a bag of plasma.
Yeah.
It looks like it could, just from the picture, it looks like it could be for liposuction. They suck this much fat out of my thighs.
But here's the thing. It's if you watch the video, it starts off with her just in the office saying this is what she's doing. And you're like, oh, maybe this is just her doing content. This is some new thing she likes or whatever, right? But then it goes on for like a good long while. It's got her getting the needles. It's got them taking the plasma out. It's got them putting in what they said, we're taking out toxins and plasma and we're putting in aluminum. You know, the stuff that's really good for your body that we've always, aluminum, the body's natural aluminum. They're putting in aluminum. When you look at the shit that they're pumping back in her, it's green. And I ain't talking like dark green, like wheatgrass or spinach or something. It looks like it could glow in the dark. It looks like that fucking thing that Peter Venkman's trying to fight in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no natural green.
Slimer.
Bro, this is the start of the zombie apocalypse. If you made a zombie movie and you were like, how did the plague start? Well, dumb rich women on Instagram thought it was a good idea to pump this weird bright green gelatin into their arm.
Oh, this is the start of 28 Days Later or World War Z.
Right. That's right. Not only did their teeth not fall out, they grew extra, and then they started biting all of us, And so, like, it looks wild. To where,
so, if anything, she didn't pay $10,000. They did a $10,000 treatment for free because she's advertising it.
You clicked on an advertisement. They put the teeth fall out bullshit to make people click on it more. And then they were like, yeah, but what, I sometimes I have a sore tooth. Could I pay for aluminum to switch out my plasma to where maybe, you know what I mean? Like I got 10 grand to spare. I just want some money off that 4-year-old's parlay picks, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like she knew the goddamn Denver Broncos weren't going to make it. So now I'm a millionaire.
And that last pass by him was straight to that Patriot. That wasn't even an interception. That was
wasn't straight to the Patriot. It was straight to a blizzard. And he couldn't see anything. The fact that you blamed the quarterback on
it was like the Bronco was 3 yards out of the field. The Patriots turned on. Oh, look, boom, got it. That
was a Hail Mary pass into the abyss.
Like, they had time left on the clock. You don't Hail Mary then.
Yeah, nah, dude, but the score was 7-10. That was not a.
I fell asleep during the first half.
It's impossible to score points in that weather. It really is. Like that. I mean, that was just sort of who's going to fuck up more kind of a game in terms of the offense.
And then I had my show during the next game, so I missed most of it. I got to listen to the fourth quarter on satellite radio on the way back on Sirius XM. Little plug to Jake's employer. That was a nice fourth quarter. I enjoyed the shit out of that. I'm watching the exchange right now. She's got one line going in and another line going out. You can't fast forward this, so I can't get to the part where it's green, but I'm watching where a nurse is like, but she's got both arms out and she's got one going in and one coming out. They're doing a.
Dude, here's the thing with them taking out the harmful toxins and plasma. You can donate plasma. Like, that's the thing. When I was in high school, I used to donate plasma twice a week because it gave me beer money and it would make me get fucked up quicker. Like,
wait. And this is LeAnn Rimes plasma. This is like she could OnlyFans her feet type plasma. Like, this isn't, you could donate, but I'm sure she could sell like, hey, everybody, I'm selling plasma.
Dude, there's people that apparently...
I'm surprised Gwyneth Paltrow isn't selling her Plasmon goop on her fucking naturalistic website.
I mean, it's basically really bad smelling lubricant that came from a celebrity. So I guess you could do it. I mean, if there's there's probably guys with plasma fetishes. There's guys that apparently like seeing women stuck in dryers. I never thought that would have been a thing. This seems like it would be more of a thing before that.
Richard says, Fixident will fix that. Isn't that was that Martha Ray, denture wearer? Richard, I'm Martha Ray and I wear dentures. Fixident will there was an adhesive that was the the thing. But it didn't bond them correctly. Yeah, but there's, like Jake said, it's an ad and fluoride.
It's a they're fake teeth. Fucking trend, dude. It's a weird. Here, let me pump all this goofy stuff up your ass, and
the video
and you're going to age backwards. Like, what are you talking about?
All right, sticking with celebrities, Sean Penn, 65, steps out with 30-year-old girlfriend. I don't get it. Well, I don't know what they fucking talk about. My wife and I have a couple of year difference, and I can't hit her with references. It's just about image, and she wants money. Anyway, Sean Penn steps out with 30-year-old girlfriend, Valeria Nikov, in Santa Monica. Here's the part. After scandal. That's why I clicked it. I'm like, Sean Penn steps out after scandal? Ooh, what trouble did he get in? He was smoking indoors in California during the Golden Globes, during commercial breaks. That was a scandal. He was smoking indoors in California. Scandal.
Well, you shouldn't smoke inside unless
it's illegal, but I don't know that it's a scandal. You know what I mean? I don't know that it's a scandal. They got me to click. Dude, the same guy that wrote about LeAnn Rimes' teeth wrote that same fucking scandal line and then headline. And by God, you fell for it both times. Like an Alzheimer's patient. You were like, I'm never falling for this on Yahoo News again. Oh, scandal. Click like you click. You ever see, but he does this all the time. Whenever he used to do Letterman or whenever he does a talk show, he smokes through the entire talk show, even though no smoking indoors. It's what Sean Penn does. Yeah. Well, that's to be fair to the 30-year-old man. The younger generations aren't cigarette smokers as much anymore. So there was a bar in New York here that somehow still had grandfathered in that you could smoke inside there. Like they just didn't enforce it on this one bar. And I used to do shows there all the time. And I smoked for a good, I don't know, man, like 11, 12 years or something. And, I quit in my mid 20s and then I used to do shows in this bar and I would come home and the next morning my clothes are fucking just, and I'd be like, dude, I used to date women when I smoked that didn't smoke. How did they put out? Yeah, dude, it made me feel about my dick game, by God. I'll tell you right now. Just like Frank Sinatra always drank during every interview. Oh, yes, he did. Hell yeah, dude. Frank was drinking. So my Sunday show, it's changed, but it used to be. So I said it was at a casino. It's in a side room, and it used to be. I've been doing this show for years, and it used to be the smoking room for the casino. So the casino went smoke free, but they had this little side room that was the smoking room. And then on Sundays, they'd have a comedy show. And so your entire set, your entire hour on stage, people would walk in, sit down, just have a cigarette, and get up and walk out. Just nonstop people walking in, not knowing what you were doing up there, talking to them, smoking a cigarette, leaving. It was just so humbling and beautiful. It's the worst kind of ambush show because, not only don't I want to be here for comedy, I am literally I have to be here to blow smoke in your face and not laugh and leave. That's fucking brutal, man. Oh, it was very humbling. It was, but then they changed it. Now the whole casino is non-smoking. So now you get people that stumble in on accident and stay for 5 minutes and go, I'm going to go back to gambling. You tell a joke, all you hear is of the lighter. Like, it sucks. All right. Final story. People are disgusted with Stranger Things stars Finn Wolfhard and Caleb McLaughlin. Wait, I am too. Go ahead. Finish. Tell me why. Okay. For these misogynistic and heinous jokes on Saturday Night Live. Oh my God. What did they do? Well, apparently Finn Wolfhard. Is Finn Wolfhard gay like his character? His character is gay, but is Finn gay? I don't know. Is he gay?
I don't know, dude. I think technically you have to be to play a gay character. Otherwise, they consider
he's bisexual. He's gay. So yeah, he's curious with his boyfriend. He's right there with a boyfriend. He's so all right. So Finn Wolfhard, who played a gay guy.
Here's my man. Not to sound like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. I think he's a closeted straight man pretending to be bi-curious so that he can
do gay parts
without getting
canceled. Well, he's gay, and so on Saturday Night Live, apparently, he said, my voice has changed on camera, and I can't actually believe I'm admitting this, but the first time that I learned what a woman looks like down there was on camera as well. We have a clip, and they showed a shot of the Demogorgon, which is sort of a bleh, and so people are like, how dare you compare a vagina to an underworld beast with the, like, oh, fuck off, you crybabies. Every gay man I know says that's what a vagina looks like to them. Every gay man I know said, "Oh yeah, they're the weirdest, strangest, ugliest things I've ever seen. I don't get how you straights like them." So that's one. But then the other one, really quickly, the other one.
Okay.
He said, he made a joke as like, in my the show, Max and I started off all hot and heavy, right? But then a couple of years in, she just lays there like she's back in that coma. Pretending like marriage. Oh, the sex dies down. It becomes less adventurous. Oh my God, how dare you make fun of marriage like the sex becomes less adventurous. His character, she was in a coma and this is what you and I always talk about. It's the 10 dumbest people on the internet with their fucking dumb opinions, and BuzzFeed made a story about it, and I clicked it, and fuck you, BuzzFeed, and fuck you, dumb people, for having dumb opinions. Jake, I interrupted you. I apologize. Go.
Well, let me just go to the second one. It actually was a very offensive joke. You messed up the delivery. He did it all in Bill Cosby's show. She was in a coma just the way I like them. Oh, just drink the drink and I'll eat some Jello pudding and have some fun.
Now that's how he should have delivered it.
Yeah, dude, it was actually wildly offensive, dude. I was disgusted. I found the first joke offensive too. I was disgusted by it because I hadn't finished watching the last season of Stranger Things yet, and now I have to keep pausing every time I watch an episode because every time I see that Demogorgon's fucking thing, I think of pussy, and I just get so turned on by the goddamn thing I can't focus on the plot line anymore. I just want to just take that Demogorgon and take it to the dark side, take it to the upside down place. You know what I mean? Flip it upside down. Ba 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 ba.
You want to watch some Stranger Things, and you think you're watching accidental porn every time you see the Demogorgon.
Those things are strange. Wait till you see what I do with that Demogorgon, by God. I'll put some Jello pudding in that thing. Anyway.
All right. We're done. We're out of time. We've hit like a lot of, we're going to run out of free time. So Rim went to high school when there was a smoking pit on school grounds. So did I. There used to be smoking. Everyone in Hollywood is gay. Well, according to Team America. Everyone has AIDS. And Solar, well, then they should have had equal time comparing the male anatomy to the Loch Ness Monster. Yes. Why not? Who cares? Dicks look funny and stupid. We know it. It's all in good fun. All right. Mine
looks like a Demogorgon. I'm not sure what the hell happened to it, but it's really weird looking, dude.
You have an innie.
I think it's weird that they were more offended and freaked out by the misogyny and the jokes than how weird those kids aged. Jesus Christ, what happened to them?
Well, the one kid on Saturday Night Live has a fucking, where is it? He had a mustache. He had a goddamn mustache.
Did you see the way that Finn Wolfhard, did you see the suit he had in the monologue? He looked like a haunted doll. He did. He looked like a haunted doll.
That looked like some weird, like, ooh, I found this retro suit at Goodwill.
And a really creepy haunted doll. One that comes up behind you and you wake up while you're asleep and you're like, and he's like, I'm not here to stab you. I just want to watch. And then he's a weird haunted doll, that Finn Wolfhard.
The story at the bottom, I was just scrolling, looking for a picture.
His last name sounds like an animal's erection.
Kristen Stewart says directing has changed how she's treated in Hollywood. People talk to me like I have a brain now. I doubt that. All right. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Merch store. I write books. You can find those on Amazon, Nathan Timmel, and I have a special on YouTube, unapologetic. If you are anywhere near Kansas City this coming Saturday, come out to Overland Park. I will be at Clint's Comedy Club this coming Saturday. All right, Jake has been.
Thanks,
Jake
everybody.
Jake Vevra. You can find him at Jake Vevra on all social media. You can find him as Jake Vevra on YouTube, where he has his special, Unalived by Dog Pills. This coming week, we will be back to Saturday. We are thinking of moving to Sundays after this, depending on. We're going to probably jump to Sundays after this week because, actually, I could probably jump to Sunday this week. Do you want to push to Sunday?
Yeah, let me double check with
check.
Amy. It should be good. Yeah.
Now that the football season's over.
Noon?
Yeah, we're going to try and noon 11. I can probably do noon 30. I think I said I had 11.
Okay, noon 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
would one be better than one? Than
we have detected inactivity during your current live because I haven't interacted, so I have to slide this over and make a mountain. So, hey, we're live on TikTok again. All right, well, we're done. We're done. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will update you on YouTube when we are going live, but it'll probably be Sunday. It'll probably be oh, he showed up. There you are.
Yeah.
I do. From Empty Sundays. No football. It's the saddest thing ever. All right, we're out. Bye.
I'll show you a Demogorgon.